please put a big hand together for the organizer of this event, Kevin Go Wei Ming. Gentlemen. And with that, let the game begin.
Thank you very much for that, Maurice. Quickly adjusting that A-pawn back to its starting square, although I guarantee there isn't a second in the known universe that would have been preparing for that move. Nonetheless, a little bit of a think from Ding Liren, and we have C4 to start us off. So once again, a different opening showcased in the FIDE World Championship. Danya, Peter, I leave this one to you. It looks like we're getting something different once again.
Well, in your honor, John, in English, and whoa, I mean, dang, on move one, you take off your blazer. We're ready for a fight. And Peter, the speed with which Gukesh responded 1e5, it's as though Ding has played nothing but c4 this entire match. It's like he's waited his whole life to respond to this move in game 8.
Yes, and wow, we see the line with second bishop b4. This is a very rare move. And knight f3 on the board.
Okay, the second most popular move. And I am just checking really quickly whether Gukesh has a record in this position. And after knight d5, I am seeing Erigaisi Gukesh, and you're absolutely correct as always, Peter. a5, Erigaisi Gukesh Warsaw Blitz, May 2024. And, woo, spicy.
Wow.
Bishop a3 right away. The Ding Gambit.
This is very interesting. And so many new ideas, like this f6 was brought by Teodoru into fashion. Yeah, now rook e8 on the board, a professional move, protecting that knight on e7.
This, of course, Gukesh. Okay, forget everything I was about to say. E takes f4, and I will admit, I was expecting e4. This somehow wasn't on my radar. To huge trouble, and you know, you just get an award. It's like, that's all you got. That's what visiting the principal's office entails. And knight d4 on the board, Peter.
Yes, on the board and d8. And ask the question that why did you lose this tempo?
Oh,
Knight f3. That's a surprise. Queen d2, that's also an option.
Is your worry queen b6 and queen f2? And he does grab the rook.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, queen f2 suddenly worried me a bit.
Yeah, it's very hard to get that queen out of there. Weird. Although, queen d2, queen b6, I could play d4. Also, a useful move. I mean, the rook on c1 is simply unemployed. And he's played it.
And it's a bad move according to computer. Wow.
Why?
Incredible.
Why is the computer such a party pooper?
That's what we have to figure out. And it will be played. That was the trick. That was the devilish trap by Gukesh, setting up with knight e5 to d7. One move, one minute per move in such a situation, when you even don't have one single natural move. Okay, pieces. Then what? Knight ac5 happened. What a missed opportunity. This is a serious mistake.
And to me, it was a kind of intuitive move to put the knight on to c5, because as I pointed out, the knight on d7 can be much more easily targeted, but maybe that's not the reason, Peter. Should white still play rook c1?
Yes, for sure. Okay, rook way. Then you should take your time. You shouldn't rush. Bishop b3 played.
Okay.
Yeah, we looked at queen f2 and then bishop e3 and then this knight e1. Of course, knight e1 is such a difficult move.
Oh my gosh. But bishop e3 is findable and he might blitz it out, and he does.
Yes, of course.
Are you kidding me? But knight e1 is almost, to me, it's just absolutely mind-blowing idea. Yes, we know. And knight d4 played instantly.
Knight d4 played. Okay, yeah, it's also the human natural move. Knight d4. This knight e1 was out of. It's not from this planet, yeah.
Once the black queen lands on d5, and he's found another clutch move.
Yeah, queen g2. Okay, queen f2, queen d5, queen d4, queen a2, rook c2. Then I can still chase you. Yeah, queen f2 on the board.
Instantly. Queen d5 only move, I think. I mean, queen b7 seems a little bit too cumbersome. Queen d5 is juicier.
But you know, my feeling is that if queen d5, queen d4 happens, Gukesh might be tempted to play on. Yeah, because then he feels like, okay, my exchange sacrifice was actually enough compensation, and I want to press. It will be very interesting psychologically to see how the players will deal with this, especially because it was like it will be move 40 when they have to make a decision.
Again, chapter 2 of move 40, queen d5 on the board. Time management, excellent. Enough time here, ample time to make 2 more critical moves. Queen d4, instantly the response from Ding. Oh my gosh.
Queen f2 after queen d5, he has to retreat queen d4, and it's on the board. Queen f2 happened.
Doesn't think about the alternatives, cannot blame him. He can now get up and relax. Gukesh with 3.5 minutes to execute his 40th move. Great. Now bishop d4 is not going to happen. We will get a draw.
Queen d4 on the board
already.
and the players are checking the score sheet.
Should I show bishop d4? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just want to highlight that actually, in order to claim the draw, black has to write down the move queen g2 on his score sheet, stop the clock, and call the arbiter and tell him, I'm planning to play queen g2, and it's threefold repetition. But if you play the move, you execute the move queen g2, you already have no right to claim the draw.
Yeah, if queen a2 is played after we settle our own nerves, we'll have plenty of time to analyze. This is a huge
But he goes queen a2. Yes. Oi, oi, oi. Oof.
Oh my gosh. And somehow I knew this. I knew it. I hate those people who pretend like I told you so.
Looking at the score sheet at all.
Insanity.
Rook c2 bleeds out.
Queen e6 will happen, and now we are in for a very long stage of the game. There might be a draw offer, but there's so much happening. John, I'll bring you in to share your thoughts.
That book made an incredible impression on me. By the way, b3 on the board.
Python strategy in English. I have that book in Russian. It's called The Strategy of Safety.
But then you are surprised with the move that you underestimated. And rook c1 on the board by Ding.
Great call.
I like this.
Peter, this wasn't, honestly, I thought of rook b2 and it was automatic. I do this again. So for Gukesh, very important not to let this get off the rails. Excellent job taking his time. I like queen d5 a lot. And here we go, into the rabbit hole.
Well, it's your move, yeah? Queen d5 was the move that you played against me. And I'm very interested if Ding will be able to find a better reaction than my bullet reaction with queen b4. And then allowing queen takes e2 check. I don't know if the players have the nerves. No, queen e4, correct. Absolutely correct.
All's well that ends well.
We all can live with this outcome.
Yeah, I said it's a zero-sum game, but perhaps the predominant emotion will be relief. But after that, disappointment probably. More so for Gukesh. Although Ding was winning at one point with knight e1.
Yes, but it was an accident chance, while Gukesh can think like, okay, I again outplayed my opponent. Yeah, I got my trick, I had the time advantage and the handshake. Draw agreed. What a fight.
Incredible. And just to the last breath, they fight. You cannot predict the twists and turns. There were more of them than there are on a serpentine road in the mountains. And the wrong knight to c5. It's the age-old problem, Peter. Which piece to put on a particular square?
Exactly. Yeah, but he should have spent more time. Yeah, it's just This what will drive him crazy, yeah? That if he would have spent there extra 10 minutes, then probably he would have understood everything, that of course the knight from d7 has to go to c5.
And 2 of these saves in a row. The emotional baggage that Gukesh now has to process, to internalize, and then to set aside, because the pivotal stage of the match is still ahead, and we are still deadlocked. For the 18-year-old, for whom this is his first World Championship match, unbelievable, unspeakable amounts of just resolve and concentration and work have to be put in order to bring your mindset to the right place going forward. It's 4-4.